When developing the content of a course, you may have a need to display tables of data for students to examine. Displaying tabular data is really the only reason you should be using tables. Do not use tables to arrange the text and images on your page, as that would not be properly accessible. As difficulty levels, I would categorize this process as a medium difficulty, as it does involve dipping into HTML to make the data table pretty. The first step is to actually get your data onto the page, or assignment, quiz, discussion, anywhere in Canvas you want the table of data to appear. Assuming you already have your data in a spreadsheet, you can just copy the whole data set, hop into Canvas, make a little space to put the data in, and paste. Perhaps your data table will be perfect style. If so, you can skip the next 2 steps and go right to adding the table style. But for most folks, we'll need to fix up the table a bit before styling it. Second step then is to set the top row as a table header. That way screen readers can recognize that this truly is a table of data, plus it has the added benefit of making the column headers actually look like they're headers. Select the top row in your table. Then use the arrow up in the toolbar to open up the table menu. Expand the cell section and select cell properties. Now set the cell type menu to say header cell and hit OK. Perfect. Now the headers look more headery. Looking at this table, I think it's a bit scrunched together, so I want to expand it to look better on the screen. Again, your data may not need this, but I recommend removing the width limit from the table. So third step is to select something in the table. Even just putting your cursor into a table cell is good enough. Open up that table menu again, and this time go to Table Properties. Wipe out the setting in the width box and hit OK. In this case, there isn't a big visual difference now, but you'll sure see one after the style is applied. The final and likely most difficult step is to actually give your table the facelift it deserves. Switch to the HTML editor view and look for the table tag that starts the data table. It should start with a less than sign and the word table. Now, you just add to that table tag the long string of code telling the table that it's part of the striped table style using a hover color on each row. Seriously, you'll want to just copy and paste this code into place, as it would be difficult to type it exactly right. If I go back to the regular edit screen, the table doesn't look any different. But when I save the page, what a difference. The headers are offset. The background colors alternate between a light gray and a white, and if I point to any row in the table, it highlights the whole row, so it's easy to look over that part of the data. So if you do need to use tabular data in your Canvas course, consider pasting in a bit of HTML and give your table a facelift.